All right. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, good morning, whatever it might be for you. I wanted to take some time to talk about the film review. First of all, the how to do the film review, you'll find that document on D2L, and literally it's called the Metro State Movie Doc Review. On that review, it kind of shows you how to do the review, and I've read enough of them to kind of recognize maybe people are not looking at this particular sheet in doing the reviews, or B, they're just skipping some of these things. So I want to talk about this for a little bit. So first of all, the first part about the movie review is you need to view the film. And so after you view the film, then you're going to research it. Like, who are the actors? Who are the actresses? What are some of the main things that come out of the film for you? Then you kind of analyze it and say, here's what the film means to me. Here's how the film impacts today's society. And here's how the film impacts the book. Then you just kind of consider how to move forward in that. Now, some of you, I'm thinking you've read this document and you're doing it this way. Others of you, I think you're just reviewing the film, which means you're just saying, here are these characters, they did these things, here's what it means to watch the film, and then that's it. You're just telling me about the film. I got to share with you that out of all the films that have been shown or that you've seen, there are at least 3 films out of all the films that you're talking about that I haven't seen, right? And so imagine telling someone something they already know and not adding the other parts to it. So the way to do a review, again, is to watch the film, research it, analyze it, and consider, and then write on it. So an example of this a great paper that I read was on, won't use the person's name, but they wrote on the movie Bright, right? And so Bright is a science fiction genre movie with Will Smith. And science fiction is a really good job of dealing with issues of racism when it's done well. So movies like Bright are a phenomenal movie. But basically, it's got Will Smith, and he's the main character, and he's got a partner who is an orc. And the orcs are considered at the lowest totem pole of society, and elves are the highest in society, and humans are somewhere in the middle. So this person, then they shared what the film was about. They shared some key concepts in the film. Then they kind of broke down how they saw the orgs in the film. Then they said, here's how I see this being played out. So again, you have all 4 parts of the film. You're watching the film. You're doing research on the film. Then you analyze it, and then you consider the content in the film. And so that's kind of how you do the film reviews. Almost everyone in class is doing a phenomenal job of telling me what the film's about, right? And so that's only a small part of the film. And so I think here's a good suggestion. Every time you write on a part of the film that you think is important, write how it makes you feel. So in this scene, this person does this, here's how I have to feel. You don't have to review the whole entire film. You might review 2 scenes or 3 scenes. But again, it's the idea that the film somehow triggers something inside of you that relates to the modern context. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, by the way, again, this class was supposed to be a face-to-face class. At the very last minute, it got switched to an online class. So you'll notice a couple of things. Number one, don't worry about getting your work in late. I understand with COVID-19 and all the things you've got going on, that may not be the case, right? So I'll say it again. Don't worry about having your work turned in late. Second thing, you get a grade, then you don't like the grade. I didn't like the grade. Guess what? You can redo the paper again, right? You can redo it, take my suggestions, or go back to the source and figure out what you're missing, and then add that and put it back in, right? So my job is not to penalize you for the reason why you're turning your papers. My job is to help promote you, help you find your greatness, and help you the best that you can be as it relates to race, gender, class, and racism. So that's my goal. So Don't worry about late payments except for the last day. I won't accept anything, regardless of what the situation is. I won't accept anything for any reason the last day. So after the last day, it's done. You turned it in, great. You didn't, you didn't. It is what it is. So don't worry about that till the very last day. Two, if you want to redo your work, you didn't like it, you want to redo it again, great. My job isn't to penalize you, it is to make you the best that you can be. Hopefully that helps out. Take care and peace.